This is my Bushcraft breakfast video response to Zed from Zed Outdoors for his 10,000 subscribers competition. I would just like to have a shout out to Zed and thank him for the idea of getting more people out into the get outside to do something as simple as cook a breakfast. It's something I've been meaning to do for a while, get out and do some more filming, so it's been a good encouragement for me to actually film it. Also, it's good for me to get out and practice cooking. As you can probably see by the end of the video, my cooking skills aren't great, so it's a good thing to have practiced. And also just to generally get outdoors, enjoy the outside, make fires, make some food, and have a sort of good time outdoors. So, okay. Firstly, I've got to make a fire, so I'm going to feather some sticks. I did actually find quite a nice pile of dry pine sticks, so I don't really need to do this, but it's just a skill I wanted to practice. I'm going to light the fire using a flint and steel. So the steel's the carbon steel of my knife, and the flint just a piece of rock, and I have a piece of char cloth there. And then I'm going to, as you can see, the char cloth has got a spark. I'm going to transfer that into a tinder bundle of dried ferns. Try and blow it into flames. I apologise for the video. Like I say, I've cut my head off and you can't see most of the shot. I was going to film it on my camera, couldn't find my camera. Then when I did, I couldn't find the charger, so in the end I had to do it on my phone. So the quality is probably not that good. Like I say, this is my second video I've made, so I do want to get out and start making more videos. And just get out and practice. That's what it's all about. There we see I've got the fire going. Starting to take hold, and then I'll just loosely pile some pine twigs on top. And then lay some slightly thicker stuff on, just higgledy-piggledy, so that the air can still get to it. While that's lighting, I take the opportunity to make the bannock mix. For the breakfast I'm going to be cooking some bannock. So I have the powdered ingredients already in a bag. I used a very simple mixture. I didn't add any lard to it, so it kind of ended up like a pancake more than bannock, but I didn't mind. The mixture was like 6 spoons of flour, 2 spoons of milk, some sugar, handful of raisins, some water. That's pretty much all I had in it. I do want to experiment with putting different things in. Like I say, a lot of recipes actually call for using lard, but I just didn't have any. Add a bit more water, make sure it's fully mixed in. Decided to do the voiceover after, as I'm not sure what the sound quality would have been like on my phone, whether it had picked up. Tad more water, though I think in the end I put in a little bit too much. There was still bits of flour that I wanted more water for, but the mixture did seem a bit runny. Let's say that could be due to the lack of lard. I slightly preheat the pan on the edge of the fire and then squirt in some cooking oil I keep in a little container and carry with me because I intended to fry the bannock. I then try and get the bannock mixture out of the zip bag. It seems surprisingly difficult this stage because it gets very sticky, and I tried not to get it on my hands, then in the end gave up. Got my fingers stuck in there and just had it everywhere, all over my hands. It was kind of a sticky, gloopy mess. So if anyone has any sort of hints or tips on how to make my bannock better and not so messy, then please leave the comments below and I'll try other things in the future. I'll try and spread it out into the edges and all it does is stick to my fingers. Like I say, I'm a bit of a rubbish cook, but that's what it's all about. Getting out and practicing new skills. Filming a bit of a video diary, me learning them as well. I then used a pair of pliers to lift up the tray and place it in the fire. After the first side was, well, let's say reasonably burnt, I then flipped it over to cook the other side. I didn't film the flipping over process, but while I was leaving that to cook, I wanted to try something else. This was a idea that I'd picked up in a couple of sort of old scouting books and bushcraft books and things, as well as Bear Grylls Extreme Food. The idea that you could cook bacon and eggs in a brown bag. The idea is that you line the brown bag with your bacon, crack a couple of eggs in there, place it in the embers, and it cooks your breakfast nicely for you, with the fat and the bacon stopping the paper bag from burning. So there you see, I'm taking the bacon and putting as much as fit around the surface of the bag as I can. Like I say, I just thought I'd, take the opportunity, as I wanted to do. There you can see the bacon falling out of the bag. I have to reposition it. Take the opportunity to try and practice something different, which is what it's all about. Wrapped my eggs up in some tissue and kept them in a little metal mug. I was going to put the tissue in the bag with me, so I made sure I took my rubbish home. Then the rest of my bacon fell on the floor. Took the other egg out and used the cup to crack the egg. It was about this point that I then realised that both the egg and the eggshell and the toilet paper was burnable, and I'd just throw it on the fire rather than taking it away with me. In goes the other egg, and all my rubbish goes on the fire. Except the plastic. Probably reuse it. Roll up the bag and place it nicely into the burning embers. The fire's probably still a little burning a little bit too rough. I could only find some dry pine to burn, so it doesn't create great embers. So I had to kind of do it while it was still sort of burning. What you didn't see there, because I wasn't filming at the time, was the bag spontaneously combusting and burning. So once again, tips on what I was doing wrong there. By that point, the bannock mixture was done, so I decided to eat that. Once I finished eating the bannock, I tried to salvage the eggs by taking them out of the bag and putting them into my pan, which, even though they had slight bits of burnt brown bag on, they wasn't too bad. Cooked on the hot plate. The eggs and bacon were both cooked and tasted alright. So I think I managed to salvage it. Okay, so there we have it. Thank you for watching. I know the video quality wasn't great. Like I say, I had to film it on my phone. The sound quality wasn't great. There seems to be some strange feedback coming from here. So these are all things that I need to learn and improve on, how to actually make a decent video. And the breakfast didn't quite go how I planned. Like I say, the bannock was a little bit runny, then it ended up being probably a little bit burnt, and the bacon and eggs in the bag thing was an absolute failure. But I went out, I tried it, I had fun, and it all tasted alright, and it didn't make me ill, so I'm tallying that up to success. Once again, thank you for watching, and I'll hopefully be making some more videos soon, and hopefully they will be better.